Welcome to Cells and Nemo. I'm Noah,
I'm Jamin.
And I'm Josh.
and we'll be talking about the case of the Somerton man. I'm pretty sure I've already spoken to you about it.
Yes.
Yeah, I got no idea.
You have no idea who the Somerton man is. Somerton man washed up on Somerton Bay Beach, which is in Australia. He was found there. Originally, people saw him sitting there in an uncomfortable position. They assumed he was asleep, till they walked past a few times and noticed it was suspicious because he was in an odd position. They called the cops and he was dead.
Nice.
Well, that's the long and short of it, really. No?
That's the short story. He was found dead.
He died.
Yeah, he died. The issue with his death is it was originally said to be of natural causes until they realized that because he was a smoker, they found smoke things with him, so they assumed it was from that. Later on, they find out that he should have died from poisoning because of how the autopsy of his body found that what had happened was caused from poisoning. And they sent his body away to get checked for poison. Guess what came back?
He died from poison.
No, they couldn't find any
Yeah.
poison in his system. Only military-grade poison could be found to do that. And at that time, that was hard to find. Along with that, they couldn't identify who he was because the name tags on him, on his shirt, or on whatever was on him, anything with a name was just ripped off and gone. Along with that, later on, the police ended up finding his luggage. Same thing, all tags with his name on it, just gone. Along with that, they found him with a book. I forget the name of the book, but a page was ripped out and later on found, and it had code written on it that to this day hasn't been found at all. Oh, it hasn't been figured out at all.
Deciphered it.
Yeah, that nobody's been able to decipher it.
Book on the arm.
That's spelled wrong.
Somerton Mab.
Somerton man. No, the book
Book of. Maybe?
found on. I'll edit this out.
Why didn't you just stop recording and start another one?
Fabd.
Yeah, this will be edited out. I'll shorten this. And if I can't, well, hey.
Well, hey, you're getting the full blast of all of this.
Or you should stop the recording when you run research and
Yeah.
start again.
Oh well. So that's what the Somerton man looks like. You can easily just Google up a picture. Somertonman. He died December 1st, 1948. This is from the Wikipedia page.
Reliable.
South Australia. And he was found with a book. So his suitcase was found. Adelaide railway station. Brown suitcase. All labels removed. It was checked into the station at 11 a.m. It wasn't confirmed that it was a Somerton man's, but it was believed to be. Because nobody had picked it up. And he was dead, so that would make sense.
Turns out it's just random guys that didn't come and pick it up.
Yeah, they just assume it's a Somerton man, when really one guy just forgot about his luggage and left it there, and to this day they think it was on the dead guy. Yeah. That's the code there that's never been deciphered, written on the book, back of the book. I can't pronounce this.
Robert.
of Omakahayam. That's as best as I can do. Doesn't make sense.
The Rabiate of Amor Kaya.
Kayam.
If you Google his name and Google the book, you'll see the name of it. It's hard to pronounce, but a page was ripped out that they later found with an encryption on it that hasn't been solved yet. Yeah, they haven't been. There's been several attempts, but nobody seems to be able to figure out. I heard on another podcast, Case File, who covered this. I'm pretty. It was either Case File or another document I looked at where they explained that someone went insane while trying to figure it out.
Oh, you told me about that.
I originally found out about this on the podcast Case File. Oh wait. Indeed.
Repentance.
So there has been many theories on who he is, and one of them is being that he's a Russian spy. Killed by another Russian spy, because that's what spies do. Or just a spy in general. Spies just kill each other with poison.
Yeah, just a fun little
Just
game.
back then, they would just kill each other, I guess.
You're not doing well enough.
Don't hide the body or anything, just kill it and leave it there, and people will pass like, oh, he's sleeping. That's odd. Very uncomfortable position, but oh well.
Yeah.
Like, imagine being the police on this case. Just...
Well, you did say...
Well, who is he, for starters?
Yeah, you'd get so angry. Like, getting top detectives and all that on the case and you can't even find it out.
Yeah, also, the person's house who it's believed that he was going to, she was later on suspected by her own daughter of being a Russian spy. So, that sort of adds to it, and then there's the whole deal of when the police took her to see the Somerton man, she kept saying that she didn't know him, but at the same time she kept looking away and looking at the floor. Her body language said she knew him, but wouldn't say. So...
Either that or she's really insecure.
Or there's that.
But that's not interesting.
Not insecure at all. But she also had a son and a daughter. So the son wasn't of the same father as the daughter, which back then was seen as bad, so that's why she didn't want it written down in the files or something. Some people believe that the son is the son of the Somerton man as well, and he found out and was going there. But, again, that doesn't make sense of why he died, or who killed him, or who he is. So, to this day it's unsolved. Apparently someone wants to dig up the body to run proper analysis that we have these days, but they keep saying no. Which I don't understand. It'd be interesting to finally find out who the hell he is.
There wouldn't be much left of him.
They could still run some sort of analysis on him.
Yeah, just dig up the few bones that are left.
Yeah, DNA on bones. So, because his book had I think it had her name and address or phone number on it.
That's not creepy at all.
But when they questioned her about the book before even mentioning the Somerton man to the girl, she said that that was her favourite book, and that she'd given it to someone overseas ages ago and said the name of that guy. So you'd think, oh, that's the Somerton man, until they went and actually found that guy living. Which is odd how he had a book identical with her name, phone number, and everything. Like, she's very suspicious. I only just thought of this, like, she could have killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're both spies. One Russian, one,
One Russian, one,
No, one of them we don't even know the name of. He just looks disgusting. Like, he's not a very nice looking guy.
Well, that's a bit harsh.
Yeah, it's a bit harsh, okay. That is a bit harsh,
but who really cares for someone we don't know?
That's how modern day society is. Somerton man, like, I guess he could have been a nice guy.
He looks tired.
He just, he looks
he's
like...
dead.
He looks like he just needs a very long nap.
Well, he's got one.
Yeah, okay. It's also it's the mystery of the Somerton man, but the case is called the Tamam Shud case.
Yeah.
Tamam
Shud case.
Tamam Shud case.
That's as best as it can be pronounced, I suppose.
Yeah. It's probably a different pronunciation for half the stuff we've said during this. Yeah, so there was a lot of odd stuff about him. the more you go into it, the weirder it gets because there is that many theories about who he is. What are your thoughts on it?
Whoa.
Well, it's that thing.
Well, me and Jamin I've already told Jamin about this one. Josh has never heard this until now.
So he's not being much help.
Well, it's
Speech.
preferred if I was told and was able to do prior research.
Oh no, the point of this is you don't do research, we do the research and explain it to you. Have you got any questions we need to explain?
Point. Oh,
Whoa. Yes,
The point of it is that you don't know.
exactly.
yes. So questions, topics, answers.
I don't have that.
You never,
Nobody does.
You never did.
Did you have any like family or anything?
No,
If they knew who he was, they'll be able to.
Yeah.
I think people came and said that they knew who he was, but there was no proper identification, so it was ruled out as wrong. As they weren't related or didn't know
Oh,
him.
yes, lovely name.
The
Other
police
names.
terminology.
Unknown name.
The
police terminology.
Yeah, police terminology. Unknown man.
Oh man.
That's the name of the. There's a book on this guy. I'm pretty sure it's called The Unknown Man. Haven't been able to find it anywhere. Would love to read it.
Known for mysterious death.
mm.
Well, that's everything until it's solved, am I right?
Yeah. So there's so many different things about him. Oh, here we go. Here's the picture of where he was found. I think.
It's
Yeah.
Oh god, that's blurry.
That's Somerton Bay, and he was found there. His head was resting up on the wall, like at almost a 90-degree angle with his body. Not broken, but like just
Leaning.
Mm.
Like
yeah,
dragging.
like really uncomfortable.
Well, I suppose you'd think, oh, he's drunk, he's plastered.
Yeah, they thought it was just a drunk guy sleeping it off. So he was spotted around 7 p.m.
Well, if you saw him after a while, wouldn't you go and check?
Oh, they kept seeing him there, so then they called the police, because obviously, oh, look, that guy's been there for a while. Ah, maybe he's sleeping off. Okay, now it's being a bit suspicious. I'm gonna go check out what he's doing.
Yeah.
Oh, he's dead.
But it says here, witnesses said the body was in the same position when the police arrived, so that doesn't mean they didn't even touch it.
Yeah. They didn't
Which,
touch
like,
it all.
Why? Could have at least checked for a pulse or something.
Oh, good thing they didn't. Would have had their handprints all over it. Would have sent the police crazy.
True. Yeah. But I suppose there wasn't any fingerprints or anything.
Was
really,
he
you know?
sunburnt when found?
So that what?
Sunburnt. Was he sunburnt?
Oh, here we
Well, I
go.
would assume so.
Another witness came forward. At 1959. The year 1959. And reported that the Somerton man had been with 3 others and seen well dressed, carrying another man on his shoulders.
Along Somerton Beach in the night before the body was found.
So they apparently someone saw him with other people before he died.
Oh, it says down here, his teeth did not match the dental records of any known living person.
So he was
Just
untraceable. There's a lot of evidence saying he's a spy.
Or a
well,
tourist?
yeah, if he's
Yeah, he's a
untraceable.
tourist
But at
as
the
well,
time-
but like overseas, not even known.
Yeah, that does make sense
Like
if he was a spy.
he apparently was from overseas. But yeah, no traces of who he is at all. If they just could dig up the body again, they'd easily be able to find out. But
Yeah, because we're more sophisticated now. Not the idiots that tried to do it before.
oh well, we might be more sophisticated. But another case that I want to talk about in a further podcast just shows that even if you send it away for testing, some weird stuff can happen to it.
Ugh.
No, I mean like an entire body just disappearing.
Oh, I think you've told me about that.
Yeah, I think I have. You have no idea. I
No,
don't
no
talk
idea.
to you much.
one. See, I'm willing to get out of the house and actually be with friends.
I talk to Belly almost every night. before I
Well,
go to
that's
sleep.
Bailey, who doesn't leave his house either.
I'm cutting that part out.
Nah, keep it in, keep it all in.
All of this is non-cut.
Uncut, uncensored.
Unedited.
Although I'm probably not gonna try to swear. Discovery of suitcase.
Yeah, so labels removed in the suitcase.
Okay, this is just a big bit of...
Yeah, an electric screwdriver and a table knife.
Ooh, and red felt pair of slippers.
It was
Found
cut
pairs
down
of
into a
underpants.
short, sharp instrument. This is a quote from Wikipedia.
Totally reliable.
Yeah, Wikipedia is always a good source.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know they say don't trust Wikipedia, but honestly...
It's because Wikipedia can be edited by anyone.
Yeah, but apparently if the knowledge is being found to be fake, they change it back.
No, they send it in, and then it has to be checked if everything's correct.
Yeah, and then... So it's quite reliable. I use it, but I also use other sources with it.
Although we're only on Wikipedia right now.
Okay, yeah, good point. So...
Wouldn't they have found, like, his credit card or anything in the suitcase?
Credit cards weren't really a
Oh,
thing
well,
back then.
Yeah, true. Like,
Money.
I'm thinking too modern. Like, there was, like, absolutely no ID, no wallet or anything in it? In the suitcase or anything? Which is really weird, because, like,
What about
how-
branding?
yeah.
Like branding.
Here we go,
It
list...
usually has a word. Could be different languages.
But still, you'd be able to
It'd
translate
be
it.
researched.
Yeah.
It was a word.
Like, it's just weird how there's absolutely nothing
Or
about
even the
it.
material of the suitcase, seeing if it was sent in from other
Here we
countries.
go, University of Adelaide page. Male, he was 180 centimeters
Well,
tall.
I'm pretty sure he'd be a male.
Grey eyes.
Grey.
Yeah. Hair was...
He was lying there, maybe the sun.
His hair was turning grey from being a ginger. Makes sense now. He was soulless.
He was a ginger, yeah.
Soulless and orange.
Ginger people, they get more affected by the
Hey,
sun.
soulless and emo. He was soulless and emo.
Hair was receding at the front. That's cool.
Yeah, that's
No
what he was
Widow's
old.
Peak. Widow's Peak, I have one. It's where it comes down.
It's like a vampire.
Yeah.
So you're a witch.
I'm actually Dracula.
That's nice. Please don't suck my blood. Drink my blood. That's a better way of putting it.
He was estimated to be around 40 to 50.
His hair was weaving.
Oh yeah, it's the same size shoes as me.
Because that's relevant in this topic.
Size 8 shoes.
Yeah. He was taller than you.
It's normal sized feet. And he was an adult. I have big
Ha.
feet.
So I have bigger feet.
Clean shaven.
Because that's
I
relevant.
can't relate to that. Assumed he still had his appendix.
Just assumed. We assumed he still had his appendix. As no appendix scar is reported. Oh, well, what was I supposed to say? We don't know if he had tonsils or not. Just look in his mouth!
He had very large hands.
Oh, I wonder what he's been doing.
Those hands have been used for many magic.
He's turbo wedged. One-pointed shoes, perhaps riding.
He was uncircumcised. Okay, we got the important information.
Yeah, he was uncircumcised. Just had to check that.
He was not very hairy. Two missing teeth.
They only said his chest hair and like leg hair. Come on.
He had 2 missing teeth.
He had 9 missing teeth on the top, and another 9 missing from the bottom.
Oh.
Most of the missing teeth were back teeth. Maybe he was Canadian and played hockey.
Yeah.
He had 3 existing small scars.
On
his
inside of
wrist.
his wrist.
Oh.
Oh god.
Oh.
Wait,
Pre-existing scars on the inside of his wrist,
wait.
and
Yeah.
a 1 inch curved scar on the left side of his elbow.
Don't worry, he had no tattoos.
Oh well, that's good.
Okay, it wasn't German.
And it was assumed that he did not wear glasses.
Assumed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So apparently he lost his hat and wallet.
Huh.
He had a hat.
Apparently. Apparently they
assumed hat.
they assumed he had a hat, yet they assumed he didn't wear glasses.
Okay, no glasses, but he had a hat.
We assume there's no evidence based on that he has
They
a
may
hat.
say
but-
believed he had a hat. You know how you wear hats? If you wear them for long enough, they like push down on your hair and you get another hat.
Oh yeah.
He could have had.
Or he could have just had short hair.
Did I say he had short hair?
I don't know.
Maybe they just thought he looked like a guy who cared about sun safety. So since he was in the sun in Somerton Bay, which is spelled different to sun,
Yeah,
Somerton
yes,
Bay.
yes.
But still, maybe he just wanted. Maybe they thought he was a guy who liked to protect himself from the sun and always wear a hat.
Or was at a time when lots of people wore hats?
He was sun smart.
Yeah.
Be more like the Somerton man.
He was.
He was
ginger.
sun smart, but not
He
very
was
smart.
ginger because they get more affected by the sun. Means it was more likely for him to have to wear a hat.
Are we saying that the sun poisoned him?
The sun killed him.
No. See, there's the girl who's believed to also be a spy, and the son, who some people believe is his son. The sun poisoned him.
Was the sun ginger?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. That's not relevant.
He was killed by.
But if he was, he's soulless, and therefore he wouldn't care.
he got too much vitamin D
Oh god.
from
No.
the sun. But I mean,
Well, yeah, the vaccination mark. Well, believed to be vaccination mark. Wait,
Yidna.
that's a needle indication.
Oh. Huh.
They believe it's a vaccination, but, you know.
wait, but the needle was here.
If it was a...
Well, look, left arm.
Yeah, it's gonna be more.
Too faint to say for sure it was a vaccination.
So maybe...
Um,
Because if this person, whoever killed him, had like the time and effort, or however they took everything away,
here we,
they could have slipped something. You know, there's always that possibility.
Could have been
of
a-
that. You know, advanced to take everything and every part of evidence.
yeah.
Maybe.
So he wore a jacket on top of a pullover. People already knew that he was not local. He didn't dress like a local.
Therefore, he's not a local.
So fingerprints didn't match any known records. So that could,
how-
that could either mean, well, all that could mean is that he had no criminal history,
Mm.
or it could
But
be
wouldn't they still be able to trace it?
no, because he's
Ah,
never
because-
taken fingerprints before.
Yeah, I suppose.
But
so.
it could be from it being the information being lost.
Mm.
Um,
Seems like that's the main problem.
Or where it came from, it wasn't
Yeah,
actually
look,
recorded
it could-
into a system.
be due to lost records over the war period. So it was time of war. Teeth didn't match any no records.
Yeah.
So he pointed towards Scottish ancestry.
So European.
He obviously had a certain degree of education. So he's an educated-looking guy.
Looking. Apparently, if you're like,
Well,
Like-
well-shaven, shoe size 8, minus the
You could just be
ginger.
fashionable.
minus the ginger of
No tattoos, then you're well-educated.
Or
Apparently.
fashionable.
when you actually see like, no, stop with that face.
Did he-
You're not. No,
I'm very well-educated.
bull. Well, actually,
I always thought once to be an educated man.
Huh? No,
No.
you weren't.
no, you're not. You
Yeah,
really...
people thought I've been
Oh,
educated.
you're really good at maths, like working
I'm-
out maths really quickly.
I'm really good at drama.
Yeah, you're good
But
at
is that
drama.
education, or is that not doing the correct thing?
What?
Drama is education. Don't make this into an argument. Physics is a better education, though. I'm just putting it out there. Just okay. Back to the Somerton man.
I will drop this.
Hey.
And that will be physics.
Yes, it would.
I
He had a
think it's-
cleanliness of the shoes.
Oh, the fact that he.
The cleanliness of the shoes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just
The
polish
fact
them.
his feet had no calluses is quite significant, as it indicates he had the means to wear well-fitting shoes, yet his toes were pointed, meaning his shoes would have been
He had pointed toes, which meant
pointed toes, which means his shoes had pointed
pointed
ends.
ends to it.
which means they would be squishing his feet.
So he obviously had sufficient amount of money to travel, and a new shoes
Obviously.
and a new suitcase.
Probably would have been best if he didn't travel anyway, then this wouldn't have happened.
So people reckon he could read and speak English.
What's the book in English?
That makes sense why he would travel to Adelaide.
What's the book in English?
Oh, did you read the title?
No.
No, it was
No, it is not in English.
Tamanma thingy, I don't know. I can't remember.
No one reported him missing. So, hey, he could either be an orphan or with no family. So, an orphan or an orphan.
An orphan or an orphan, there we go,
Orphan
yeah.
from war.
That would actually make sense.
Oh, yeah, if you read the next part, it was 1948, so that meant all of his family could be at war.
No, how old was the guy? 40 to 50?
Yeah.
That mean he was born around 1900.
How old would he be today?
No, he'd be
Very
about
old.
100.
He's dead.
10 maybe. No, but what I'm saying is, he would have been child in the First War, or teenager in the First War, and would have grown up his adolescent life in the Second War. So he wouldn't be orphan from war. Unless
wouldn't
it's from
be.
the first one.
He wouldn't
He
be?
wouldn't have been.
It says
yeah.
it says here, given that he happened to have a certain amount of discipline tightness, he kept his shoes spit polished, and physically was fit, points towards the likely possibility of him having served in an army.
Okay, so I know this has nothing sort of to do with him. Spit polish. Okay, I understand that means that they're very well polished, but I don't know. Spit doesn't sound like it goes with polish.
No.
It's shiny.
It sounds like, hey, yeah, it's just,
There we
Yeah.
go, nice and clean with my
Yeah.
saliva.
I just look
yeah.
It was with alcohol rubbing. I have some for my shoes that I
Maybe he
don't
drank
use.
alcohol and spat it out and rubbed it.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Yeah, but it says
Um,
he may have served in the army. In one of the wars. So, I don't know what
okay,
relevance that
just-
has.
Most likely the Second War.
Just because of the fact that he was uncircumcised, he's not Jewish then.
Apparently, yeah.
Or going on how he looked fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because apparently having good clothes and looking fancy and all that make you seem disciplined, although they didn't know the guy.
Well, here we go. Contents of the suitcase: dressing gown and cord, laundry bag with
Ooh, with the name Keanu.
Keanu
Keanu.
Reeves. No, Keanu.
Keanu.
Great actor.
Written on it.
Keanu written on it.
Pair of scissors in a sheath.
Okay.
A
One
knife in a sheath.
Apparently cut.
Apparently
down.
a cut down table knife.
Okay. A stencil brush, 2 singlets, underpants,
Because that's
some
relevant.
trousers.
with dry cleaning marks and a 6D coin in the pocket.
Ooh, nice. Got some money out of it. Sports coat. Cold
coat shirt.
Oh, coat shirt.
One cold shirt.
I thought it said cold shirt. I don't have my glasses on. Probably ripped bad for my eyes.
One pair of pajamas, one yellow coat shirt, or cold shirt.
Another singlet bearing the name.
Keen.
It just
Yeah.
didn't have the E this time.
Maybe it could have been rubbed out, or...
But it has a
Yeah.
name on it. Who's to
Keanu.
say he's not Keanu?
Yeah.
Keen.
Or...
Keanu.
Don't
Keanu
actually know
Reeves.
it's a suitcase.
Keanu Reeves.
Minus-
Who's to say he
minus
wasn't
the
Keanu Reeves? One singlet with the name torn out, one shirt without a name tag.
6 handkerchiefs. Whoa.
Jeez.
That's...
No, it's not bad.
That's a bit much.
Is it?
It could use them for cleaning.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Spit
well,
polishing
yeah.
shoes.
Yeah. So it's covered with snot and spit.
Oh, yeah. One piece of light board. Why the hell did he have light board on him? What is light board?
I have no idea.
Is that like the...
It's
in
a
between-
board that's really light.
Is that between cardboard and paper?
I don't know.
I don't know. Don't know what light board is.
Be
Very-
like that.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably like that to the people who are probably listening will have no idea what that is.
Good for them.
Just
Good for them.
Star Wars midnight screening ticket.
Yeah.
Last Jedi.
Yeah.
2 coat hangers. Razor strap.
One razor strap.
Cigarette lighter. A razor. Shaving brush. Small screwdriver. Toothbrush. Toothpaste. 1 glass dish. 1 soap dish containing a hairpin. 3 safety pins.
You gotta be safe about those pins, man.
Yeah. 1 front, 1 back collar stud. Oh, he was a bit of a stud.
Yeah.
He had a brown button, he had a teaspoon, he had a... Okay, I feel like this is a Dr. Zeus rhyme.
One broken pair of scissors, one card of tan thread,
1 tin.
one tin of tan boot polish. Oh,
See?
he did have boot polish.
He had boot polish, so didn't spit polish them, he boot polished them, but they were spit polished clean.
If he doesn't want to get that.
Two animal stickers. Because that's relevant.
Well,
No.
I had to list it.
Doesn't say animal.
Oh. A Marley.
He had a scarf and a towel. Unspecified number of pencils.
Mostly Royal Sovereign brand. 3 pencils were H.
Ooh, so we know that there was more than 3 pencils,
That were H.
but they couldn't count them all.
Yeah.
They just got bored.
Evidence of suitcase apparently. Evidence the suitcase belonged to the Somerton man. The suitcase was okay.
Okay, so now here we have the book. See, does that sound like an English sounding book to you?
The book was
Pronounce it.
Rub.
No.
Rubaiyat of Amar Khayyam.
Okay, he did
Shut
that
up.
really well.
You suck.
Photograph front cover of the book still exists. So it was published in.
White comb and toes.
So it's New Zealand.
Oh.
I would have travelled.
Edward Fitzgerald. That name sounds familiar.
This is Jarrah Fitzgerald used to be at that school.
Oh. The poem on the last page used the word shining instead of
Silver. He used shining instead of silver. This was used in some editions. Oh yeah, that's right. He had a special edition of the book, a very rare copy.
Oh, good on him.
It was the
Bad thing he
first
died.
edition. And then he had some sort of secret code lightly penciled at the back. A photograph of the code still exists. And hasn't been solved. If anyone listens and can actually solve it, good luck.
Yeah, don't go crazy like that one guy did.
Yeah, I forget who he was. Yeah.
He really cares about that one. Wait, is the code in any way related to the code that was in the other thing?
I think that was.
What other thing?
Is that the code that was
The
in
code
the thing?
does the picture.
That's the code that was in the book.
That was the code?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
I
what
thought
they're
it was a
talking about.
different
The book. No, same code.
code. I'm an idiot. Yeah.
Ultraviolet lamp. In order to read it. Oh, so they couldn't read it without an ultraviolet lamp. Jesus, he went all out.
Invisible ink. Usually used as World War II where they use pistols.
So it made it even harder to decipher.
Yeah.
Hidden message. Depending who gave it, someone could have given it to him with that message. You could have went to give it to the lady in the house.
Yeah, actually. If they were Russian spies, something could have happened. And
Maybe he needed to get the book to her and was killed in the process, or maybe he
Secret message. Dumb.
And maybe that's why she didn't admit to it. Because it was a spy thing.
Can it be funny?
What?
If he was a spy, right, and had access to these military-grade weapons and just hated the war that much, it made him so depressed, so he went to Somerton Bay, overseas, so it'd be harder to find him, bought the poison with him, killed himself, and was thinking, ha, imagine the police trying to solve this one.
But then wouldn't the vial be near him? Or anything like that?
Maybe it takes a while before it kicks in.
Yeah.
Enough time to get rid of the evidence.
True.
Either that or... Yeah. I don't know, I say
He
he's
did
a
have
spy.
a needle mark, but it
Yeah.
wasn't a new one. It's a scar.
Yeah.
He could have got slow acting poison enough for it to heal up a bit.
No,
Then
that's
died.
way too slow.
Exactly.
A bit of ricin will do a trick. Do you know what ricin is?
Rice.
No,
No.
no, it is not rice. Yeah, just eat it with rice. There you go.
Yeah.
Ricin about, what would you say that's like 10 centimeters?
That is not 10
No, that
centimeters.
is not 10 centimeters.
That's like 2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, so about 2.5 to 3 centimeters worth in like a vial would kill someone. They used to
Yeah.
shoot like that much out of umbrellas. This is a completely different topic, but
Umbrella gun.
there's an old cases where people died and written in like their journals all they found that day, it usually specifies they saw someone bending over with an umbrella.
What
It
a
looked
reason
like
for
they
the
were
death.
trying to open it, but later on it was found that that person actually had like a gun sort of built into the umbrella that shot
Dart.
dart of
yeah.
ricin that would then kill them later on.
Yeah.
It causes several bad like effects. Well, what do you call them? Not effects.
Outcomes? Or like...
You're diagnosed with a...
Yeah.
I know, it comes with several bad things, like
Death.
headaches, diarrhea, and then death.
Oh, yeah, it's several bad things.
Yeah.
2 things that we
No,
could mention.
there are more. I just can't remember what they are.
Search it up.
No, that's a completely different thing.
It's true.
We could have another episode based on just spy weapons used through history.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool. Thumbs up from Josh.
We need your input.
I have.
Speak.
No.
Okay, here we go. Circumstances that fit that he's a spy. He was tidy.
Oh, he was fit, tidy, and organised.
Well, I'm not a spy.
These are ideal characters.
I'm obviously not a spy.
Yeah, if you could see this room.
My room is trashed.
He died.
Died mysteriously. Okay, there we go.
Obviously. 'Cause that-
Poison is uncommon enough to be undetected.
Specialised. Not wait.
So-
It implies someone had access to specialised knowledge. Well, obviously.
The lady in the house die any time later.
So yeah, his death was
Oh.
linked to a secret code. Huh?
Actually, did the lady in the house die any time later? Like, after she heard about it or
wait.
anything?
I know she died, and then the daughter went on 60 Minutes and said that she reckons her mother was a Russian spy.
Yeah, because didn't you tell me, like, her daughter found her on the phone speaking a lot? And
I
didn't, like,
I
something
think
like
they
that?
I think they mentioned somewhere that the daughter would say that she heard the mother speaking on the phone in Russian
Oh, yeah,
and was
and-
like, yeah, how come I don't know you speak Russian till now? It's not important. You speak Russian. We're in a war.
Yeah, that's...
That's a bit suspicious. Nah, not important.
Yeah, totally not. Because back then, if you spoke Russian, then that's an indicator of something.
Also, apparently the daughter was saying every time that the Somerton man was mentioned, the mother, or was brought up, the mother would usually either lock herself away and go silent, or would go on vacation.
If that is an indicator
That
of
might
something.
be because she hates being, like, questions asked from her.
But then that just makes it more suspicious
Yeah,
for her.
it makes her very suspicious, don't you think?
Yeah. Because the thing about, like, that Somerton man could have... Oh, wait, no. They couldn't have been together or married or anything, because it said... I read on before, it said he didn't have a wedding ring.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but they could
Okay.
have been partners
The,
in crime.
they could have, at one stage, had like a one-night stand.
Partners
True.
in crime.
Even though back then one-night stand was seen as whore, or wrong.
She'd have a
Yeah.
child with another person.
Yeah, because he said that the child wasn't with the same father.
And they
So it
did say
could
that
have
they
been-
tried to... They
could have
didn't
been-
want the child mentioned
Yeah.
in the case.
Okay, so what would you do in this situation? You
Give
have
up.
a knock on your door. They ask you about a book. You say that's your favorite book. They take you in to have a look at this dead person, and you have no idea who he is, but you're very anxious about looking at a dead person. So you look at the floor instead of looking at him and say you don't know him. What do you do every time he's mentioned after that?
Got a pretty good taste in books.
That's not...
And that's not what she did. Although I can see like her being nervous to look at a dead body, but apparently she was fidgeting
She's
a
being
lot. And
Quavish.
just...
Well,
she seemed like...
realistically, wouldn't you be if you were being questioned about a dead guy?
And
That's
also you're seeing
true.
a
You'd
dead
be
body.
questioned about a dead guy, so there would be bad outcomes.
So, in the
If-
future, if you did nothing when he was mentioned, that would be less suspicious. But by going on vacation or locking yourself away when he's mentioned, and along with that, I forgot to mention the fact that whenever the daughter asked who he was, she said he knows people very high up and he shouldn't be asked about. So she did know him.
Well, that is an indicator that you knew him, yeah.
She admitted to her daughter that she knew him, but not the police.
Yeah.
Now, that's a bit odd.
For all we know, she could have been speaking to
Well,
someone
she wouldn't
on
have
the
spoke
phone.
to the police because he was probably like watched, I guess. Like if she's done something, they're gonna go for her next. She's trying to stay low.
She could have
kind of
been
thing.
talking to the Somerton man on the phone.
Like if
He died not far away from her house.
yeah, he could have been killed by people. Maybe they were looking for her, and he was the only one who knew. Or,
Then why would they kill him?
Or
He didn't...
they knew he was going to see someone, but they didn't know who. And if she said she knew who he was, then they will know who she is, and then she'll be fearing for her life and for her kids.
Here's another thing. So, if she met up with him at one stage, not knowing their jobs. Later on, he finds out she's a Russian spy and he might be an American spy. That's going to cause some issues.
Yeah.
So maybe the child is his, and he was going there to talk about what they should do if they're in different sides on this war that's come up. But in the process, they might have thought, okay, maybe he might give the Russians information if they found out what he was up to, and then killed him before he got there.
Maybe.
Or the lady did
That's
say
a
to a
very.
child that there's a hierarchy. It could be in a low person, like getting information.
I don't know how spies work, but
And if she was a Russian spy, she would have the capabilities of taking, like, name tags and stuff out of suitcases. And...
I'm not saying she killed him, but that is another possibility.
Yeah.
There are so many different possibilities to how this guy died.
Because it's just
Did you see the lady
unsolved.
there?
Like, my spy knowledge comes from movies.
Great source of knowledge there.
Yeah, that's how real life spies work. Like, have you seen
Yeah.
the Cars 2 with Mater?
Maybe.
That's how spies work, right?
Yeah.
Because the book was her favourite book. He's seen her before, given him the book, or whatever, and he was killed for obtaining the book. And the book was...
Maybe he didn't write the code in the book.
That's what I'm saying, maybe she wrote the code.
Yeah, and she gave it to another guy who, maybe, because she predicted to be a Russian spy, maybe she was supposed to hand that information to him.
But he died.
Maybe he was a messenger.
Hold on, wait. No. What if she handed the book to this guy? He was there and saw this guy. Maybe it was an exchange of information that was supposed to happen. It wasn't just some guy she met, like she said. But what if Somerton Man, being another spy, needed this information, kills that guy, takes the book, can't solve it, has to go and interrogate her to solve it. On the way to her, Russian spies see him, kill him. Another possibility.
That's another one out of a million other possibilities.
Maybe the
But
killer
that is-
didn't know who the lady was, that's why she didn't speak to the police. But they still wanted to obtain the book, so they killed him, took the page, and fled. It was like a hierarchy system, so the lady was giving it to him, and then he was going to give it to someone else, and would have passed up the line to get to the higher person.
Maybe.
And he was killed during the messaging.
Because that is possible. That does happen.
Anyway, it doesn't answer an important question of who killed him.
No one knows.
You know, who cares about who killed him? It's why.
Yeah.
Unless it was just, oh yeah, big prank.
No, yeah, big prank. Let's just kill this guy and
prank.
insert a random ass code into the book.
Maybe it's a diversion. Maybe his death was covering up for something else.
Go on, elaborate.
Oh,
Like
no,
what?
I have no idea.
But there's
He stole the
obviously something.
He stole the book,
Really?
and the lady killed him to take it back, but they only needed that one page.
Because it did say there was the page ripped out, wasn't it?
Yeah. The page was ripped out. So what if...
You could have stolen it then.
Oh wait, the code hasn't been solved, but... What if this... solved. There's the fact that he could have been killed by an enemy, but... That could be just part of the code. That's why it can't be
True.
solved, is because it could only be part of it. There could be several, maybe... So, if they got all of the first issues of this book together, ultraviolet lighted them all, we could probably find more. If you have a copy of this book, ultraviolet light.
UV light, yeah.
Yeah, UV lights. Oh, I don't. Maybe
On
just
every page.
just every page and see if you can find a code. And
If so, hand it in.
yeah, then if so, try and find all the other books and just there we go. We got the code.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
One step. Although this is many years ago, nobody probably cares about solving it anymore except for us. Like I want to see why he died.
Yeah.
Maybe someone ripped out a page, jotted down that code, and fled.
Maybe talking about this will get us killed.
Well,
No, I'm
Ooh.
joking.
Maybe.
Case File did it in like one of his first episodes, and he's still kicking happily.
Kicking.
I got up to episode 16 or podcast 16, where it's twins died. Sad. Father. Yeah, that can be a separate one.
That could be
Maybe.
another one. Back to the Somerton, man.
So
It's obviously something about this book.
there's something about the book that could answer it, but nobody can answer the book or figure it out.
No one can answer the book because I can't speak.
I don't know, that's a good point. See, maybe we just gotta make talking books for now on.
Yeah. Just
I think they
auto
have me
books.
talking.
We have them.
Have you seen that thing about the future? And it's like, my friend asked if he could plug in his cigarette to my laptop to charge it, but I was already charging my book from it.
What?
God damn, the future sucks.
Yeah. So, if this lady was a spy, and they knew each other, there's obviously something about this book because the daughter had this book, you know?
Daughter didn't have a book.
Didn't someone have the book? Another book?
That
It was her favourite book or something?
It was her favourite book, and she'd given her copy to another guy who turned out not to be the Somerton man.
Unless
Was it a first edition?
he took
Yeah,
the book.
first edition. Same exact copy. With the name and number in the same place.
She gave the book to someone. The Somerton man stole the book. The guy she gave the book to killed the guy, and only took what he needed.
Or maybe he's a nice guy, and the other guy she'd given it to, lost the book. He saw the name and phone number or something, and was just trying to go and return it to her. Like a good...
But
Maybe.
a spy saw that he had it and killed him because
Yeah.
he had it or something.
Maybe he's just a normal, nice guy.
Or
Yeah.
is that like a restaurant scene where she left the book for someone to pick it up? This guy got it instead, and went to give it back.
And then something happened.
The person that was actually meant to collect the book saw him take it, think he was a spy, and got it back.
But back to the name. Maybe the when she gave the book to the guy might have known the Somerton man because there was the name Kian on the items in his suitcase.
Oh wait, maybe we should just go back to the guy and ask him, hey, what happened to the book?
Maybe he ripped
He's
out,
probably dead.
or
Oh yeah, he's dead by now.
because all the name tags are ripped out.
But there was only the name Kian.
Yeah.
Kiano, or whatever.
Maybe that's his name.
No, what if the other
He's got a
guy
logo.
thought he was a spy?
No, it was a name.
ripped
It's a
out
name.
Okay.
Identification, and took it back to say they could find out who he was.
But I
then-
have a name. Why didn't they go... Why wasn't he that guy?
And why didn't they search up that name? Or anything, you know? Investigate on that name.
Maybe it led to some other guy.
And then go interrogate that guy.
Yeah, maybe he just sold his shirts.
Secondhand.
Maybe.
He was a pretty
Yeah.
fancy guy. He wouldn't really buy secondhand stuff.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, actually.
Why can't that be his name?
Fancy guy.
Yeah, it seems illogical.
I don't know. Well, they probably found a reason why it isn't his name.
But still, why is it in his suitcase?
Maybe it wasn't his suitcase. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Could just be that random guy. It's like, yeah, maybe it's the murderers.
Maybe.
Why'd you go back to collect your luggage after you killed someone? Jamin? Why?
The lady. Maybe she was gonna leave. Her name was, or someone, and her famous name was Kian.
Hmm.
And she went to leave, ended up killing the guy instead.
Alright, there are just so many different possibilities to this case.
Because this person is just like... surprised they might... I can see why the guy went crazy.
Oh yeah, trying to solve the code would just drive you nuts.
Yeah.
It would suck having to figure it out.
Yeah.
Ah, is that the end?
I don't know.
Well, there's a lot more to it, but I think we covered the main aspects. If you just search up the Somerton man, you could read about him for hours and just find out new possibilities.
And then figure out nothing because it's stupid.
Then again, if you just Google it up, you're probably going to get to the conspiracy theorist who's like, yeah, he was a lizard man working on the moon.
What?
That's what most conspiracies land on now.
Or they
He
don't
was a
know what
lizard
government
man
is.
working on the
Have
moon.
you heard about the one with the lizard men on the moon with the Malaysian Airlines plane to build it into a rocket so they could take over Earth, and Barack was
I've
helping
heard
them?
The ones with the
What?
lizards.
Not the Mortal Kombat character,
I've
Barack
heard-
Obama.
I've heard the lizards being taking over the government.
Yeah.
Lizards are sentient.
It's so stupid.
Why lizards?
I don't know.
Why not something... I don't know.
Snakes.
Snakes.
But they grew arms and legs.
So
That's a
lizards.
lizard.
Snakes with arms and
Good
legs.
job.
Well, I think that's it then.
Yep. So that's been first episode of Solus and Emo.
Yep.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.